You probably already know about Heatwave and its application in going second decks. Tenpai Dragon is a deck known to play it because if they're forced to go first or if they choose to go first, they can use it and then OTK on turn 3. It pretty much allows you to do as if you were going second, but against an empty board, which is insane in case your opponent doesn't have any defensive cards. With that said, a lot of players are actually aware of this card's existence in Tenpai Dragon, so they will actually choose to go first against Tenpai post game 1. So that way Tenpai Dragon players have no idea if they should side going first or going second cards, and they may draw useless cards going first or second. So this works because of the fact that the measures that Tenpai Dragon players are taking are a little obvious and predictable. With that said, Heatwave isn't a card that is only good in going second decks. As a matter of fact, I actually think it can shine even brighter in other kind of decks. So first things first, this card is only good if you are using it going first, obviously, and it is a hard once per turn that cannot be searched. Reasoning for that is because you have to use it at the very start of your main phase 1, which is a game state that can only exist once per turn in the first place. So let's just say, hypothetically speaking, you go first, you activate this card, and then your opponent chains Cyframe Delta. Obviously, Delta will negate the Heat Wave, but then you can't use another one because you're no longer at the start of your main phase 1. Anyways, if you do go first and use this card, you will have a huge advantage on your opponent. Obviously, you will have to sacrifice your own plays, even though you can still use like some field spells and some continuous spells to passively generate advantage. But most importantly, your opponent's full engine will be completely nullified, and all he'll be able to rely on your turn 3 will be hand traps pretty much specifically. Since you aren't building a board yourself, you won't have to be afraid of cards like Dark Ruler, Evenly Matched, Sphere Mode, etc. Not to mention that if your opponent had Molchemy Parelia or Dimension Shifter, then you're completely safe from those cards. Those cards are usually shotgun on the standby phase or draw phase or whatever, so if you can use this card on your main phase and then just set some back row or whatever, you don't even have to do that. You can pass turn there, and then on turn 3, you're no longer under these cards, so you can kill. Now, obviously, in a world where people play like 20 plus hand traps that aren't necessarily lingering cards, this card might not be the best. This card doesn't really address hand traps at all, and they can still be used on your turn 3 to prevent you from OTKing your opponent. So this is why this card is particularly good to play as a meta call in a board breaker format. But like, imagine resolving this card against like Flunderies, for example, which is a deck that is known to play 0 hand traps but play board breakers instead. Deadass, if you resolve this, even if you get shifted, it doesn't matter because on turn 3 you're no longer under shifter, their board breakers do absolutely nothing, they can't even normal summon a single bird, and then you kill them. And honestly, I think this is one of the very few reasons why I don't think we'll ever have a full board breaker format. Hand traps will always see play. Otherwise, it's kind of unfortunate, but people will always be trying to abuse degenerate lingering cards like this one. But I do find it really interesting how choosing to go first in a combo deck and trying to draw a card that prevents you from comboing can be the winning strategy. But then again, it's because this game is quite complex, and sometimes the best plays are also the most unorthodox and the weirdest. Anyways, that's all I had for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And let me know your thoughts about potentially playing Heat Wave in every single kind of deck in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.